Alright, listen up, folks. You've probably heard the phrase, the NFL is rigged, or quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes get special treatment, but is it really true? You've seen the controversial calls, the questionable penalties, and the moment when a defender barely grazes Mahomes, and poof, a flag is thrown like a magic trick. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Are the Chiefs playing 4D chess while the rest of the league is stuck in checkers? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the NFL officiating conspiracy. The special treatment of Mahomes, and why some calls look like they came straight out of a "what the heck" video compilation. It's time to answer the burning question. Are Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs getting the royal treatment? Or is it all just a big ol' myth? Let's break it down, throw in some laughs, and maybe, just maybe, by the end of this video, we'll all be convinced we're secretly living in a world where Mahomes is the league's favorite golden boy. Ready? Let's go. The myth of special treatment. Discuss the myth that Mahomes and the Chiefs get special treatment from officials. Use humor to address the ridiculousness of thinking a player like Mahomes gets preferential treatment just because he's a star. Include anecdotes and funny situations from other games where fans were overly suspicious about penalties. Mention the controversy around the roughing calls against the Texans and why it's more of a rulebook issue than a Mahomes issue. What's really going on with roughing the passer? Break down the rules regarding roughing the passer and how they've evolved. Include some funny examples of exaggerated penalties from other teams that were less controversial. Analyze a couple of key examples, including the infamous roughing the passer call against Mahomes in the game against the Texans. Make it humorous by acting out exaggerated referee reactions, complete with funny sound effects. The role of the officials, are they really playing favorites? Explain how NFL officiating works, and why it's incredibly hard to call a game in real time. Give a funny, day in the life perspective of an NFL ref, imagining all the chaos that happens in a single play. Include lighthearted commentary about how refs have to make decisions in a split second without the luxury of slow-motion replays like viewers at home. Joke about how difficult it must be to stay calm with thousands of people yelling at you, and millions of viewers judging you from their couches. Mahomes and the "Golden Boy" syndrome. Discuss the perception of Mahomes as the NFL's golden boy and how that might influence opinions on the field. Use humor to exaggerate how Mahomes might walk into a room and everyone just automatically gives him a free pass. Playfully imagine how Mahomes would be treated if he was just another quarterback. Imagine if Patrick Mahomes was in a grocery store. Would the cashier give him extra discount just because he's Mahomes? Of course not, but on the field, some fans swear the refs are practically giving him VIP passes everywhere. Real-time decisions and why officials aren't just playing favorites. Get into the nitty-gritty of how officials have to make real-time calls without the benefit of replays. Throw in some jokes about how everyone watching on TV becomes an expert referee the moment they see a flag thrown. Highlight how the NFL's strict quarterback protection rules sometimes lead to controversial calls. But it's not about a favorite, it's about safety. Controversial calls. How often do they really favor the Chiefs? Review a few other calls that were controversial but didn't involve Mahomes, showing that these penalties are not exclusive to the Chiefs. Use humor to show how fans of all teams can point to controversial calls, making it clear that Mahomes is not the only player who benefits from them. Compare how other star quarterbacks, like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, have also been the recipients of questionable calls, bringing humor to the idea that the league just loves throwing flags for anyone who looks important. Fans versus reality. Do fans understand officiating? Discuss how fans often misunderstand what's happening on the field. Make light of how fans get angry at refs, even though they have the benefit of replays and slow motion. Include funny examples of fan reactions, like how people freak out when a touchdown is overturned or when a clear penalty is missed. Conclusion. Is there a secret agenda in the NFL? Wrap up the video by humorously dismissing the idea of a secret agenda to favor certain players. Provide a final thought. Is Mahomes really getting special treatment? Probably not. Are some calls questionable? Oh, absolutely. But at the end of the day, the refs aren't out to get anyone, unless you're wearing a Cowboys jersey. Then all bets are off. Leave the viewers with a playful challenge next time you watch a game. Remember, the refs are just trying to keep it together. So, before you start yelling at your screen, maybe think about how hard it is to call a game with 300-pound men charging at you at full speed. Encourage the audience to like, subscribe, and share if they enjoyed the breakdown and humor. Ask for their opinions on the whole special treatment debate. Did Mahomes get a free pass? Or is this just how NFL games go? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you liked this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more NFL shenanigans and behind-the-scenes fun. Catch you next time. Could Patrick Mahomes' actions be the tipping point that leads the NFL to join the NBA and NHL in cracking down on flopping? We're diving into the controversial calls from the Chiefs-Texans game and what it could mean for the future of officiating in the NFL. Let's break it down. 1. The controversial play. What happened with Mahomes? During the Chiefs' 23-14 victory over the Texans, a particular play caught everyone's attention. With the Chiefs driving down the field in the fourth quarter, Mahomes scrambled to his left and pulled up as he neared the sideline. When linebacker Henry To'oTo'o made a light tap on Mahomes, the quarterback dramatically threw himself to the ground. Mahomes, in this case, seemed to be attempting to draw a penalty, which he didn't get. But that didn't stop Troy Aikman from expressing his frustration over it during the broadcast. 2. Troy Aikman's take. Why he felt Mahomes was flopping. Aikman, a Hall of Fame quarterback, didn't hold back. He said, he's trying to draw the penalty. Rather than just run out of bounds, he slows down, criticizing Mahomes for trying to fool the officials into throwing a flag. It's a point that Aikman and many fans believe is a growing issue. We've seen it in other sports, like basketball and hockey, where players embellish contact to gain an advantage. Is this starting to creep into the NFL? Aikman thinks so. 3. Why this could be a bigger issue for the NFL. Flopping, or attempting to draw a penalty through exaggerated actions, is something we see frequently in the NBA and NHL, where players try to deceive the referees to earn free throws or power plays. But in the NFL? Not so much. There's no official rule against flopping. But should there be? With the NFL's rules evolving, especially around quarterback protections, Aikman believes it's time for the league to take a serious look at whether this behavior should be penalized. He's not alone. Many players and fans are frustrated by what they see as an overemphasis on protecting the quarterback. And this might be one of the unintended consequences. 4. The bigger picture. NFL's evolving officiating and rules. The NFL has always had tough decisions when it comes to officiating, especially when it involves quarterbacks. In the Mahomes play, a penalty was thrown for roughing the passer earlier in the game, a call that also sparked debate. Was there really any forcible contact with Mahomes during his late slide? NFL officials defended the call, saying they must throw the flag if there's any doubt about roughing. But Aikman believes both of these calls, the Mahomes flop and the roughing penalties, highlight a bigger issue with NFL officiating and whether it's too lenient with quarterbacks. Could the league take a page from the NBA or NHL in addressing these actions? 5. Will the NFL follow suit? Could we see the NFL crack down on flopping in the offseason? It's a real possibility. NFL's senior VP of officiating, Walt Anderson, said it might be up for debate and that the league's competition committee could revisit these calls, and perhaps even tweak the rules to curb this behavior. Flopping in the NFL may not be as prominent as in other sports. But if players like Mahomes start to push the boundaries, the league may have to decide whether this is something they want to actively discourage. 6. Conclusion. What's next for NFL officiating? Whether or not the NFL decides to crack down on flopping, the debate over officiating is far from over. If Mahomes' play serves as a wake-up call, we might see some significant changes in how the league handles these situations moving forward. So, what do you think? Should the NFL start penalizing players for flopping? Or is this just part of the game? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more NFL insights and analysis.